Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS Academy. Today in this session, we are going to see very important articles that appeared in our today's newspaper. So let's get started with our discussion. Before getting started, we are going to launch a new anthropology batch from 3rd of this August, guys. And I'll be dealing with both paper 1 and paper 2, and I'll complete each and every topic which is present in your syllabus. And I'll give you simple examples, movies, and also videos and images, case studies, so that you can understand the concepts very clearly. And I'll take mostly the examples that we see in our daily life, so that you can connect with that and you will not forget the concept. Okay, and the duration will be like 3.5 months to 4 months. Daily will be having 2.5 hours of class, that will be in the evening session, and we are providing both on online and offline, guys. So if you want, you can join that course, and already admissions are going on, and the first class will be started on August 3rd, guys. So don't miss this opportunity. And if you miss this, and if you ask when will be the next anthropology batch, the answer will be in the next year itself, in 2027. Again, in the month of August, we will be launching the next batch. So try to join this course, guys. Don't miss this opportunity. And if you want to contact us regarding this, please do call us on this number 8074765513. Don't miss this, guys. Okay, now let us see the topics. The first one is Lok Sabha passes Births and Deaths Bill. Furore over student stir. This article is talking about Births and Deaths Bill. This article is important from polity point of view from GS paper 2. And next topic is India likely to receive below normal rainfall this month, says IMD. IMD came up with a forecast about Indian monsoon. So this is important from GS paper 1 under geography. And next topic is a healthy tax. The government must act to tax food high in fat, sugar and salt. As you all know that many reports are saying that there is no proper health in our country. To improve health indicators, for sure government has to initiate some steps. So this article is suggesting to impose health tax. This topic is important from governance and even from economy point of view. We can see this article. And next topic is Gen Z voice must lead to a humane education system. As you all know that Gen Z, Cockroach Janata Party, they started doing protest. And because of this protest, Union Education Minister resigned to his post. And now what kind of steps to be taken by the government of India so that we can ensure reforms in our education system? That will be helpful for our Gen Z and as well as Gen Alpha generation. So this topic is important from governance point of view because you will study about education governance. Our next topic is Western Ghats conservation with scientific and dialogue. So this article is talking about conservation of Western Ghats. In the recent past, we saw many a times Western Ghats is in news. Now we have to connect each and every dot and we have to see this article from base onwards. This topic is important from environment and ecology. Okay, say this title, guys. Read out the title. Lok Sabha passes Births and Deaths Bill. Furore over student stir. What is this article talking about? The keyword is Births and Deaths Bill. Now tell me, guys, what is this Births and Deaths Bill is about? Birth Death Bill, what it is? Just guess. Online students, you can do it. Come on, tell me in the comment box. Births and Death Bill is related to what? Registration. Okay, now let us see in detail. As you all know that there are protests which are going on. You know about which session is going on now? Monsoon session is going on. Right. In this monsoon session from the day 1 onwards, there are lots of protest, frequent adjournments. Yes, we discussed that now. What is meaning of adjournment? Stopping of session, called as adjournment. So frequent adjournments are happening. And even yesterday also, there was protest related to this Jantar Mantar student protest about education, about reforms. Despite of all this, Lok Sabha without debate, they passed this registration of births and deaths amendment bill 2026. Normally, what is the process of becoming a bill to an act? I think you might have studied in parliament chapter. So we have different kinds of bills. What are those? Ordinary bill, financial bill, money bill, constitutional amendment bill. and different bills require different majorities. Ordinary bill require which majority? Simple majority. Constitutional amendment bill require which majority? Special majority. Okay, money bill can be introduced in only in which house? Lok Sabha. Can you recall all those things? And one more thing, guys. Tomorrow will be the last class of governance, and already economy started from in the morning session. And it is your responsibility to revise, guys. If you want, I'll keep test. No problem at all regarding keeping of test. But how will you adjust your time? How will you manage your time? How will you revise the things? How will you not forget the things? That will be in your hands only. Because every student have their own memory. Like someone will have long term, someone will have medium term, someone will have short term. Some subjects you can understand best and you can remember it for long. Some subjects will create confusion, you will forget easily. So which subject you like, which subject you are interested in, you know better than me. I love economy, I love polity, but I hate history. That is my scenario. And I can't even remember the birthday dates except my kids only, I remember only these two. Even I forget my husband's birthday date also. That is the scenario with me. So you have to identify your weakness, your strengths, and try to write down in your diary. Based on that, try to adjust your time and try to allot proper time for revision. If you are not giving time for revision, everything will be lost. And again, you will be from zero and you will be starting. If you want, I'll keep test. But how you are managing time is very important. Keeping test is not at all a problem for me. How many you want, I'll give. Just one night out, I can make 100 questions. Only just one night out. It is like I have habituated to that also. Okay, so think properly and revise. Because economy is like that only. Polity is like that only. These two are major subjects actually. So if you are having good grip on polity and economy, you can do well in your exams. Even in your polity also, in your mains also they have good contribution. That's what I'm saying. I'm repeatedly saying this for your sake, not my sake. Okay, so try to understand and try to see. At least whatever the test papers that we have kept, revise them. No one is keeping tests like that as we are doing in our academy. You can compare with others in your hostels. Already, I think you might have compared in your hostels. You can see how the level of their questions and what is the level of our questions. We are exactly matching with the new trend. We are not giving old type of format of questions also here. Okay, try to prepare very well. And if there is any chance of asking questions, I'll be asking in this way in my class. What are the subject which is going on? Okay, that is the thing I can do. But revision you have to plan, guys. Okay, despite of busy schedule, you have to sacrifice at least 1 hour of your sleep or 1 hour of your screen time, and you have to revise. Okay, so what is the process of conversion of a bill into an act? Bill will be introduced by whom? How many types of bills we have? We have government bill. Next one is private bill. What is a government bill? Ministers, if they introduce bill, it is called as government bill. Other than ministers, if we have other MPs who are not ministers, if they introduce bill, that is called as private bill. On which day this private bill is introduced? Fridays, right? Okay, which bill will be passed? Which bill will have more percentage, more chance of passing? Government bill or private bill? Government bill, you know this, right? So after once bill is introduced, what is the process? DDV. What is DDV? Debate, discussion and voting. In voting, if that bill gets certain majority which is required, then that bill is passed. After once that bill is passed in one house, then it will be placed in second house. In the second house also same, DDV, debate, discussion and voting. And if it is passed, then what happen? It will go to president. And what is the article which talks about the power of president related to giving assent? Power of president. What are the powers which are present before president now? He can give assent. Assent means nothing but giving sign, keeping sign. Next one is he can send back to the house, he can reject, and he can keep it in his pocket, called as pocket veto, right? So which article talks about the power of president? Article triple one. What about governor? If it is in state legislature, then what is the power of governor? Under which article it says? Under article 200. Yes, remember, recall the things. Okay, so now if president keeps sign on that, then that will become an act, and this will be published in Gazette. This is the process, right? So now the protests are going on in Lok Sabha by this opposition party people, and they didn't went for discussion and debate, directly they went for voting, and now this bill has been passed in Lok Sabha. Now what is the next process? It will be placed in Rajya Sabha, second house. Again, we have to see about this debate, discussion, voting, and if it is passed and if it is given assent by president, now this will become an act. Okay, so that is the difference between act and as a bill. Before passed, it is bill. After passing and giving assent, it is called as an act. Yes, this is clear, right? So now let us see what this bill is about. So this bill is Registration of Births and Deaths Amendment Bill 2026, and it will make registration of vital statistics, like in which state, in which district there were this kind of births, in which area the deaths happen. So there is a need of clear-cut statistics in our country. Why we need statistics? If you're not having data related to birth or death, can we have total population data in the hands? If you're not having population data, how can government identify related to the policies? For example, in which states we have more number of tribes? In which state? In Madhya Pradesh we have more number of tribes. If we are not having data related to Madhya Pradesh related to birds, do we have the data related to birds of that certain tribe in that area? If the number is gradually decreasing, is that good? That will lead to extinction of that entire tribe. So government has to initiate some schemes or policies for the increasing of that population of that tribe. No. So for targeted policies to come up with the schemes, and even to provide beneficiary, to provide benefits under government schemes also, we need this clear-cut data. So the problem in India is we don't have proper registration of birth and as well as proper registration of deaths. If deaths are increasing, if you are not having that kind of death related data, what happened? That will lead to ghost beneficiaries. That person will not be there, but that family will be getting that benefits. Yes, that will lead to the misuse of government fund, right? Yes or no? So because of that, recently we did this SAR to remove ghost voters. Ghost voters is nothing but the people who are died, but still their name is there. If the name still is there, means they'll get pension, they'll get rise under this PDS system. Obviously, what happened? It is leading to the misusing of government money. So from where government is getting that money? Taxes. That is nothing but ultimately whatever the money we are paying to government, that is getting wasted. Right? So because of this, to minimize all these things for efficient governance system, we need to have this data, guys. Are you understanding? So now let us see what are the key provisions. And this bill says that within 21 days of either birth or death, there should be mandatory registration. Within 21 days only, we have to register it with that so-and-so authority. And this one is we are focusing on now not manual or written records. Now we need digital registration. We need digital registration, that is second one. And this one is whatever the registration we are doing at our district level, that will be connected to state level. Okay, you know this, right? We have districts, we have states, we have center. So in the schemes, we have both central government schemes and we have state government schemes, right? In Telangana states, we have some schemes related to the Telangana people. And at the central level, central government will provide scheme throughout our country. So here, if state government is launching any scheme, if it wants the data, it will see in the state level digital register. And if central government wants to impose any scheme or come up with policy, Now it has to check with central data. So all this districts data will be integrated with state, and all states in India will be integrated with national population registry. So now the next point here is we have to maintain national population register at central level. So that if central government is imposing any or coming up with any scheme or coming up with any policy, it can use that data. Okay, and next one here is obviously whatever the services provided by the government. Now already you know whatever the schemes. For example, I think you might have got scholarships in your college times. So here in that, if you want to get this scholarship, obviously you have to submit some data of you like income certificates, caste certificate, Aadhaar card, ration card. Yes. So here for this kind of digital service also, now government is saying that we have to interlink with Aadhaar. Aadhaar should be interlinked with government database now, so that we can identify that targeted person and we can provide service to that person clearly. So all these are the provisions. First one is registration within 21 days. Next one is we have to go for digital registration, and now central government has to maintain this national population register, and next one is we have to link with Aadhaar. Aadhaar enabled services. Okay, so these are the provisions. And now what are the objectives here? We will be having a comprehensive database, digital database of births and deaths in our country. And this one is obviously public service delivery will be improving. And this one is government can have good targeted plans, like how much youth population is there, how many people are doing employment, how much unemployment, in which area more births are there, in which area we have less births. We have TFR, right? We can identify TFR, total fertility rate, where it is high, where government has to provide more schemes, in which area we have below poverty line people more, in which area we have agriculture related people, in which area we have industrial people, in which area we have urban slums. So all those data, people who are living in all these data, government will have access now, so that we can have better planning through accurate demographic data. And this one is, it will also link with social welfare schemes like scholarship, pension, like that, so that we can efficiently go for governance in our country. But what are the challenges we have? Data is maintained digitally. That means it will violate which right? Data we are storing digitally means which right will be getting affected? Right to privacy. Because in Aadhaar card, what will give? We'll give our iris, yes. We'll have our fingerprints. That means we can get some genetic information from that. So it will violate right to privacy. And right to privacy comes under which article? Which Supreme Court judgment said that? K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India 2017 case said right to privacy is an integral part of Article 21. Clear? I didn't attend your polity class, no. I'm telling each and everything. In that way, if I ask any question, that should be on your fingerprints, fingertips. It should be on your tips. If I ask, it should flash like this. Then you can write answer within 7 minutes. That kind of efficiency you required. I will not prepare for this. Just I'll see current affairs. Just I'll see articles. Just it will be like not more than 25 minutes. I'll show you the time also. Okay. So all this will come with experience and with revision. That's it. If you revise more and if you connect it to that more, this is my life. Without this, I cannot imagine. And I'll tell you one thing is, why many students will take 3 attempts, 4 attempts, 5 attempts, 6, 7. Even last time when I went to interview, I interviewed a person who is in now 12th attempt. 12th attempt. Why people will be doing that many attempts? Because once if we imagine that I am an IAS officer, I am IPS officer, you will be at that stage. Once you got and once you imagine yourself at that heights, can you imagine that you are working as some PO, clerk, like that? Yes or no? So if you can't clear that examination because of some distractions or whatever it may be, what happens? Again, we will be having a lot of regret. At that time, if I had spent one more extra hour or two more extra hours at that time, I would have reached my target. And what you'll do, you'll try to impose that on your next generation. Once upon a time, I prepared for that, but I didn't get. And now you'll impose that, despite of knowing whether they are interested in that or not. Yes or no? Is that right to impose your goals on your on next generation? Now, many of you might be thinking, మా నాన్న చేయలే, అది నా మీద రుద్దుతున్నాడు, ఏందో ఈ బాధ, నాకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉందా లేదా తెలియదు. You will be thinking in that way, right? Many of you, most of you. No, ma'am. Most of you. I know you will be not clearly saying that, but you will be thinking about that. నేను చదువుకుంటే బాగుండేదిరా, చదువుకోరు, నువ్వన చదువురా. So like that, we'll listen that kind of words in our family. Don't get that kind of regret and don't impose your goals on your next generation. Keep that only thing in your mind. You know, Article 21. You have Article 21 and your next generation have Article 21. Leave their decision to them only. Don't impose any of your goals on the next generation. If you don't want to impose means, it is your responsibility to study hard, work hard, do hard work. Okay, so this is a harsh reality. Now you won't be like, madam is saying something, but after you cross it this, then you will realize my words. Don't get that kind of regret. That is the reason why I'm saying here. Okay, let it be. So what are the challenges here? The first one is we have issues related to privacy, and next one here is that possible to maintain this kind of digital database with internet all over our country? In some areas, we have remote areas, we don't have even electricity facility. We don't have any computer facilities in village levels and even internet facility. So that is one more problem here, that is digital divide. And even there is no proper last mile implementation. Only in major areas we can implement, but not in all areas. So those are the challenges. Okay, see this next article, guys. India likely to receive below normal rainfall this month, says IMD. As you know, monsoon is nothing but rainy season. And you know about how this monsoon winds attracted to our country, right? Many a times I said in our class. Okay, just for a brief, I'll tell you. India is located in North Hemisphere or South Hemisphere. Here we have equator. Here we have Tropic of Cancer or Capricorn. Tropic of Cancer. That means it is in Northern Hemisphere, right? Okay. Normally, what happens at this equator? We have ITCZ. What is ITCZ? Intertropical Convergence Zone. What is Intertropical Convergence Zone? Here we have low pressure normally. Normally, we will receive heat from sun, and this tropical region will be getting more amount of sunlight. More amount of heat leads to low pressure. So always from high pressure to low pressure, winds will move, right? So the winds will be moving in this way, and from here it will be moving in this way, and this winds will converge. That means meet. It is called as interconvergence tropical zone. So now what happened? Normally in the summer season, this ITZ will be moving towards Tropic of Cancer. Here we can see low pressure. So now winds will be attracted from high pressure to low pressure, and they will be moving towards ITCZ. So whenever this warm winds, whenever they are moving, they will bring this moisture from this Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, and they'll form clouds, and this winds will bring the clouds, and that will cause rainfall, right? So here we have Western Ghats. So this winds will hit Western Ghats, and this Western Ghats region will get more amount of rainfall. So here we have two branches. One is Arabian Sea branch, one is Bay of Bengal branch. So Arabian Sea branch will be moving in this direction, and Bay of Bengal will be moving in this direction, and they will meet near Delhi, and they will pass in this way. Okay, so because of this Bay of Bengal branch, there is very heavy rainfall in northeastern part right now. Can you see the news articles related to Assam? Even snakes are going, big fishes are coming into home, and many people, they are just sitting on the tops on their huts. Lots of things which are going on in Assam because of this Bay of Bengal branch, which is causing heavy rainfall in northeastern part. And even which river we have in Assam? Which river? Brahmaputra river. So because of this heavy rainfall, there is increased water level in this Brahmaputra river, which is causing huge floods. So just see the images of Assam floods, visuals. Yesterday I got, even I can't control emotionally after seeing all those things. Okay, next one is, even in Odisha also we are getting heavy rainfall. Odisha and Assam, they are getting rainfall. But what happened here in the southern part? We have less rainfall. And in the month of June and July, we have how much deficit of rainfall? 40% deficit of rainfall. And now August started. So IMD came up with again monthly report of monsoon now. And in this month of August, again we are expecting below normal rainfall in this month. That is about this story. And this monsoon is very important. You will get mains based questions, you will get lots of prelims based questions in your examination related to this monsoon, and you have to clearly see this chapter. It is one of the most important topic of Indian geography. Okay, so here who is saying this? IMD. What is the full form of IMD? Indian Meteorological Department. So you may get some fact based question on IMD in your prelims. So you have to see about it. Okay, let us see about IMD. IMD full form is India Meteorological Department. Before we got independence, in 1875 itself, we established this. And it is one of the premier national meteorological service provider of our country. Okay, and you have to remember this point. It comes under Ministry of Earth Sciences. So IMD functions under Ministry of Earth Sciences. Very important point. On this, UPSC asked a question. And next one here is headquarters located in Delhi. And next one is, it is also having 6 regional meteorological centers, where in Mumbai, Chennai, Calcutta, Nagpur, Guwahati, and even New Delhi also they have regional meteorological centers. And what are the functions here? It will provide current and forecast information related to weather. And this information is very useful for agriculture people, aviation sector, like aviation is related to aeroplanes. Next one is shipping, it's nothing but navigation, and even for oil exploration. For this sectors, this information is very important. I think earlier, 2 decades ago, 20 years ago, they used to have radios, Akashvani program. Do you know this? Have you seen this Varsham movie? In that movie, they will be calling and they will be giving you the weather forecast, right? So today, Varsham, it will come or not. You can dry your vadiyalu outside. So like that, they will be giving information. Can you recall that? So that kind of services it will provide. Like daily, day-to-day temperature, day-to-day rainfall, everything, weather phenomena. And it will also warn about cyclones. Cyclones, dust storm, nor'westers, rain, snowfall, cold wave, heat wave, everything information will be given by this. And next one is, it will also focus on naming of cyclones, and even it will give the warnings for tropical cyclones, and even in Arabian Sea, Persian Gulf, all this area it will be focusing on this cyclones also. So these are the functions of IMD. And say this next article, look at the title, a healthy tax. The government must act to tax foods high in fat, sugar and salt. Okay, as you all know that we have lots of reports. What about obesity in India? Is high or less? High. So recently one report says that if you take 5 children, in 5, 1 children is having this obesity. And recently we have National Family Health Survey 6 data. What it said? Again, we have lots of problems like overnutrition, undernutrition, stunting, wasting. We are not maintaining proper body mass index, BMI. Yes, all these are the problems why we are getting, because of we are not eating proper diet. That is the reason. We are eating more sugars, and we are eating more processed food. Processed food will have more amount of salt. And next one here is we are eating more and more fries, French fries, samosa. Evening snacks will be like punugulu, especially in Ashok Nagar. So actually what happens here is they will do fry only in one oil without changing oil. The oil will be like diesel only. So not diesel, petrol. What we'll say? Engine oil. It is not even crude oil, it is engine oil only. So what happens here is if you are heating that oil multiply, trans fatty acids will be increased. That trans fatty acid, if you are eating, that will be not digested and that will form a layer inside the blood vessels. That is a major reason for deposition of cholesterol in unwanted body parts. You can fill anything there, unwanted body parts, what happened? There will be filling of fat. That will lead to hypertension. That will lead to altered body functions. That will lead to decreasing or degradation of our health. And even, do we have any exercise? Even if I ask you to come to this second floor by using stairs also, Amma, I can't come. Even you are not ready to climb the stairs also. If you are not having that kind of at least 10 minutes of physical exercise, can we digest fats? You will get pain. After some days, what will you complain is, ma'am, my neck is paining. I can't sit. Ma'am, my back is paining. My legs are paining. I can't sit for long periods. I can't concentrate. I'm not getting marks. This will be the complaints. That is a reality. What I'm saying is, everything is reality. With my experience, I'm telling. I will get this kind of complaints from students. So here I will recommend every day at least 10 minutes of exercise, minimum 10 minutes of physical exercise, 5 minutes of meditation, and you have to do every day manifestation of positive things. Always think in a positive way. Always think that yes, I'm an officer now. It is my duty to follow discipline and think like an officer, act like an officer, do like an officer. Then obviously you will enter into that service. If you are not doing any positive manifestation, if you are always thinking about negative way, the negative will be surrounding us only. If negative is surrounded us, how can we accept this? How can we get this positive things? Will we get any positive vibes? For sure, no. So if you are like, what are the tests you are keeping? In the first test, if you got 3 marks, don't feel, and next try for getting extra 1 mark. If you're getting the next test it is 5 marks, means just pat your shoulder and you have to think yourself like, I'm great, I'm increasing, I'm improving. So if you're having that kind of positive attitudes, obviously you will carry that throughout your journey. Today this class is like motivation class only, it is not like current affairs class, right? Okay, see here. So this article is saying that whatever the reports which are giving about health in our country, they are showing that we are having negative health indicators. Like we are having problem of overweight, obesity, diabetes, hypertension. So we have to change our diet. So for that reason, ICMR along with National Institute of Nutrition came up with a consortium and they started Let's Fix Our Food. Let's fix our food. Earlier, FAO came up with one campaign called as Eat Right Movement. And now ICMR came up with this Let's Fix Our Food. So here we are going to regulate unhealthy foods. Which are unhealthy foods? Foods which are having high fat, high sugar, high salt. You can see the Lay's blue packet, how much salt it will be. Yes, and normally, traditionally, India is very well known, especially South India is very well known for pickles. Yes, chintakai pachadi, avakai, chicken pachadi, mutton pachadi. So we have different kinds of pickles. What is the natural preservative we'll use that in that? Salt. We are eating more and more salt rather than whatever the minimum amount prescribed by WHO. Because of this, many people will have BP. Salt takku tinu. We'll say no, ఉప్పు ఎక్కువైంది. ఇంట్లో ఉప్పు కంట్రోల్ చేయండి ఫస్ట్, కోపం ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. So like that we'll listen this kind of things. So in India, because of pickles, because of natural preservative which we are using as salt, have you seen how we'll store lemon? We'll cut into pieces, we'll add salt and we'll add turmeric. And how much salt they will add? Equal proportion to the lemons. Yes or no? If you are using that much amount of salt, is it impact on our heart? For sure it will impact. So because of that, there is high levels of hypertension in our South India compared to that of North India. Those are not the things which are said by me. I did research on that in my family, and even I made a presentation on that. That is the reason why I am telling that. Okay, so here this article is saying that around 41 million children and adolescents who are between these 5 to 19 years, they are now living with overweight or obesity in our country. See, 5 to 19 years, very tender age, they are having this obesity problem. And here one report which is saying that there will be 11% of global childhood obesity in India. In India, globally, 11% of obese children will present in India. Then you can understand what will be the future of India. So now this article is saying that there is increased consumption of ultra processed food by 40% in India. That is a major reason we are not having proper health. So this article is saying that to control this, on sweets we have to impose 20 to 30% of health tax. Sweets. In future, if it is imposed, sweets will become very costly. Now, what is the average cost of sweet per kg? It will be 1000 to 1500, right? Then it will be like around 2000 rupees per kg. Rather than buying in sweet shop, it is better to make sweets in our home in future if it is implemented. And next one is on sugar sweetened beverages like Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up, Sprites, other things, pulpy, sting, next, slice. So on that, there will be increased tax of 22 to 32%. Okay, and next point they suggested here is we have to keep them under sin goods. What will be the tax on sin goods? GST 40%. If you are imposing 20 to 30% here, if you are imposing 40% here, what will be the cost? Cost will be increased by around 60%. Now it is 1000 rupees means it will be 6000 later on. So if you are increasing price, what happen? Obviously, we will try to discourage the use. It is so costly, ma. It is not under our capability. So like that, we can change the attitude of people. That is the idea here, guys. And apart from that, we have to come up with lots of health interventions, awareness programs to the people about the consumption of sugar, processed food, fat foods, salts, etc. So this is about this article. Clear? And so this next article, guys, Gen Z. Voice must lead to a humane education system. You know about this Gen Z? They started Cockroach Janta Party and they started protest against paper leak, right? And they started movement Chalo Sansad, and what happened? Police, to control the situation, they used pellet guns, and because of that, this pellet guns is also in use. And recently we saw about judgment of Supreme Court related to pellet guns. Supreme Court said yes, we have to use it as part of graded response action of police. And now why these people they are protesting? We need to have reforms in our education system. Our education system should be free and fair, and it should give opportunities for the merit people. So that is a demand this Gen Z are making. Okay, so they are asking for fair, flexible and focused on capability rather than memory. Normally, what kind of education system we have? We have rote learning, right? So in school time, what are the questions which are there after that every chapter? We used to sit and we used to by heart the things and we used to write and we used to remember even what is that? Choose the correct answer, A, B, C, D also. Earlier, I did that in 2nd or 3rd class. After that, I stopped from 7th class onwards. From 7th class onwards, I got, what can I say? What is the word used in Buddhism? Gnanodayam means in English? Enlightenment. I got enlightenment in 7th class. From that onwards, I left all those things and I started learning concepts. Yes, literally I got enlightenment in 7th class. I don't know whether you realized that in your life or not, but from 7th class onwards, the thinking power and understanding things and looking the society in the broad perspective, everything got changed in me. Everyone will be getting that kind of enlightenment in one or other stage, but someone get early, someone get late, because of the peer circle, because of our parents, because of teachers. But unfortunately in 7th class my science teacher changed, so from that time onwards I got enlightenment in my life. And literally the way that I went to school before 7th class and the way after 7th class, entirely different. And I'm very lucky to have that teacher, and I never ever forget that teacher in my life. Okay, so whatever it may be, now here Gen Z is focusing on demanding for fair, flexible, and they're focusing on capability rather than memory. Okay, and they're saying that rather than going school and learning this by having these things, we need to get the skills which are required. So that is a demand these Gen Z people are doing. And now here we have to understand why these people are demanding. As you all know that because of the present education system, we are focusing on marks, ranks, getting seat. Yes. So because of this, it is creating emotional environment for students. Many a times students, they don't want to go school also. I don't want to go school, today is exam. That is happening in my home. If there is any exam tomorrow, today morning, one of our kids, yesterday I said no, 9th class guy, he'll get stomach pain. He'll get stomach pain every day if he is having exam. And actually last year we joined him in one residential hostel. Before exam, before day itself, he'll call, Mama, I'm getting difficult stomach pain, I'm getting fever, and he used to not get from the bed, and they used to call us, and he didn't write literally even one exam also in that entire 8th class. That's the reason we brought him, and we kept in our home. But again, that is still continuing here. Every day morning, exam means stomach pain, and he'll go to bathroom and he'll come out 10 times. And he'll say that I'm getting motions, I can't bear, I will not go to school. This is continuing. Yeah, this is the thing. This emotionally not only cause the things for that guy, but even for mother also. Mother will beat like anything on that day. He'll have that kind of beatings, but he's not ready to go and write exam. So that kind of emotional environment will be created in home. And next one here is, normally we are focusing on only score and rank. We are not focusing on competence. We are not focusing on aptitude. We are not even trying to motivate the children to change their attitude in our school. So these all things should be changed. So these are the demands. And you know, whenever this 10th class results or NEET results come, for sure there will be suicides of the students. So this is one important thing we have to control. And this article is saying that we have to change our education system. We have to focus on, rather than merit, we have to focus on beyond the merit, like skills. I'll tell you one case study. So we have tribals who live in thick forest areas. In some tribals, they have dormitories. They are called as youth dormitories. So in that youth dormitories, normally these people who are youth, like boys and girls, they'll go there. There will be no books in that. They will stay there only. And elderly people of that community, they will teach them how to hunt, how to farm, how to cultivate new things, or how to make the weapons, how to use the weapons, and they'll make them warriors in that dormitories. They are learning the skills that is required for their life existence. But nowadays what happened, again modern education, spread of Christianity, colonial period. So now those people are also not getting that kind of skills in this dormitories because they become dominant. So they lost the traditional things, and through these new things, you're not getting proper skills. Again, these people are further more vulnerable compared to that of mainstream societies. So this is one case study. So here this article is saying that rather than seeing school education system as classrooms, we have to think beyond it. So this education system will need to provide the skills, values, which is required for that people to survive, to get jobs, what exactly they want. So in that way, we have to make the changes in our education system. We have to focus on practical based learning rather than rote learning. We need to improve the performance of school, and we have to develop the discipline in the children, and we need to have structured interviews. We need to give projects, we need to give internship, we need to focus on community work. Co-curricular activities, achievements are also very important rather than only book knowledge. That is the thing which mainly said here, guys. Clear? And you have to think on it, and you have to come up with your own perspectives, like how can we change our education system to the new demands. Clear? And see this next article, guys. Western Ghats conservation with science and dialogue. Already you know why this Western Ghats is in news. Central government released draft notification regarding what? Stopping of construction activities. We should not give any license for the new mining. Whatever already existing, that will be that should be wind up within 5 years. And we have to give priority for this forest people to enter into that and to conserve these people. And we discussed about case study of Soliga of Karnataka. Can you recall all these things? From the last 5 days, we are discussing this Soliga community of Karnataka. They are focusing on conservation of Western Ghats. Western Ghats only. Okay, so here this article is saying same thing. Recently, central government released 7th draft notification for conservation of Western Ghats. Western Ghats are present in how many states? We have 6 states. What are they? Gujarat, start from Gujarat, below that Maharashtra, next one is Goa, next one is Kerala, next one is Tamil Nadu. In these 6 states, we have this. Karnataka also, I missed Karnataka. Okay, next one here is, this area is very much rich in biodiversity. There are 39 biodiversity hotspots in this area. We have numerous national parks, we have wildlife sanctuaries, we have tiger reserves, reserved forest in this area. And every time they will be asking questions from here, like national parks, sanctuaries, everything. So you have to see this southern part clearly. And next one here is, it is also recognized as UNESCO's World Heritage Site in 2012. And as you all know that because of mining, construction, developmental activities, it is causing degradation of Western Ghats. For that reason, we arranged one committee called as Madhav Gadgil Committee in 2010. This committee gave recommendations that we have to identify 142 talukas across 44 districts as ecologically sensitive areas. In that areas, we have to control this kind of mining, everything. At that time, again, the protest started. So again, one more committee has been established, that is Kasturi Rangan Committee. I said about this in the last class, I guess. So in this Kasturi Rangan Committee, which was formed in year 2012, which also said that around 37% of Western Ghats should be designated as ecologically sensitive area, and we have to control all these activities. Okay, but now here still it is going on. The problem here is there is no proper implementation of this draft notification. Because of this, still illegal mining is going on, construction activities is going on. Because of that, we are having huge impacts. Now this article is saying that whenever we want to impose this kind of restrictions on the people, like we are also not allowing this tribal people to enter into that area by declaring that as ecologically sensitive area. So here this article is saying that we have to adopt empathetic. Empathy means we have to understand the people also. We have to understand their problems, and we have to come up with a proper solution. And next one here is, we have to include communities, indigenous community living in that deep forest under this environment assessment. And next one is, they have to act as a bridge between forest and mainstream society, and they have to go for proper conservation of that forest because they have traditional knowledge. They can use their traditional knowledge for conservation of that area. And next one is, we should not only depend on only satellite imagery, but even we have to go and we have to do the field studies. We have to understand what exactly happening on the ground level. Just relying on the satellite images is not good. And next one is, we have to support regulation of harmful activities in that area, like quarrying, mining, unplanned tourism, etc. And on another side, we have to focus on the livelihood of these people also. So in this way, we have to focus on balanced conservation of Western Ghats. Okay, see these questions, guys. First one, it is about IMD. Consider the following statements regarding IMD. There are 4 statements. First one is, IMD functions under Ministry of Earth Sciences. Next one is it is a designated authority for issuing cyclone warnings in North Indian Ocean region. Next one, IMD is headquartered in Pune. It is in Delhi. Next one, IMD is India's National Meteorological Service. Answer is A, 1, 2 and 4. 3 is wrong because that is very easy to change. I can replace Delhi with Mumbai, Delhi with Chennai, like that. It is easy. Answer this next question. It is about Western Ghats. Western Ghats create a rain shadow region over Deccan Plateau. I said what is rainward or windward side and rain shadow region. Next one is eastern slopes receive more rainfall than the western slopes. The Ghats influence Indian monsoon. If you don't know this, keep it aside. I'll draw the diagram. But in your answer, 3 should be there because it is having impact on Indian monsoon. That means now you eliminated one option. You have 75% of chance of getting it clear. Okay. Here we have Western Ghats. This is Bay of Bengal branch. So whenever these winds are moving and hitting that Western Ghats, so this area is called as windward. And if you see this is like this, if winds are hitting in this area, so this is called as windward side, and other area it will be going like this, right? So this is called as leeward side. So which area will be getting more rainfall? Windward side. In this area we will not get rainfall because already rainfall happened here. Winds will become dry. It will not cause rainfall in this leeward side, right? So where is Deccan Plateau is located? This is our Deccan Plateau. So now read this statement. Western Ghats create rain shadow region over Deccan Plateau. If the rainfall is happening only here in this area, no rainfall. That means first statement is right or wrong? Yes. So in our answer, 1 and 3 should be there. And see this second statement, eastern slopes receive more rainfall than western slopes. So tell me which is east and which is west in this diagram. This is west, this is east, right? East-west directions you know. East and west. Which area is getting more rainfall, west or east? West. What the statement said, west is not getting rainfall, east is getting rainfall. Are you understanding? They change just east-west directions. In this way only UPSC will make the statements. They will change the directions. So here this statement is wrong because east will receive less rainfall and west will receive more rainfall. So what will be the answer? 1 and 3. Okay, so if you are getting confused, try to draw a diagram in geography. Diagrams will help you in geography, guys. That is the reason I explained this. That's all, guys. By this, I'm concluding. Thank you so much for watching this class. If you like this class, please hit the like button. And don't forget about this anthropology course. From Monday onwards, we are going to launch our batch, guys. If you want to get more details of that course, please do contact us on the number 8074765513. And even you can visit our academy and you can talk to me directly. And if you want, you can come to demo class of on this Monday for this anthropology also, for offline, not for online. For offline, you can come to the demo class. That's all, guys. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best.